Today, I'll be telling you why Spanish sounds fast and what you can do about it. This is a presentation I prepared for a Spanish class I'm currently teaching, which you're actually welcome to join. It's a free 5-week absolute beginner Spanish class with the goal of teaching you to hold a 1 to 2 minute conversation within 5 weeks. It's free, it's a live class, and there are multiple time slots to choose from. If you want to learn more about this class, go to the video description box and you'll see the link with some more information. I was initially only going to make this video for my students, but then I decided, no, let's actually put this up on YouTube for everyone to enjoy and everyone to learn from. Why am I teaching you this? Well, first and foremost, I want to help train your ears to improve listening comprehension. I want you to get accustomed to native pronunciation from day one. Often what happens with beginner Spanish learners, in fact, beginner learners of lots of languages, is they get accustomed to slow Spanish and not how Spanish is spoken by native speakers when they talk to each other. And so they're not used to what quote unquote normal Spanish, quote unquote Spanish spoken between native speakers, they're not used to what that sounds like. So I want to give you step one today, help you a little bit to get more accustomed to native pronunciation. And the second thing is, by learning what you're going to learn today, that's going to allow you to improve upon your pronunciation. And as I've written down here, great pronunciation makes a great first impression. So if you learn to say common words and phrases naturally, you'll be able to create a friendly and encouraging learning environment. What do I mean by that? Well, if you learn to say common words and phrases naturally, and you learn to say them with excellent pronunciation, every time you open your mouth and every time you speak to a native Spanish speaker, you're always going to get a positive reaction from them. They're going to be pleasantly surprised, enthusiastic, they're going to encourage you, they're going to praise you, and that is going to be motivating for you. It creates that friendly and encouraging learning environment because everyone you talk to all the time is always friendly with you. As a small aside, a small tangent, but a relevant one, for me, I'm someone who focuses on pronunciation from day one. I want to have excellent pronunciation. One reason for that is when I travel abroad or even locally, when I meet people who speak the language that I'm trying to learn, every time I open my mouth, they're always so friendly with me. They're so friendly, so warm, so encouraging, and it's because they're impressed by my pronunciation. So as a summary, great pronunciation makes a great first impression. You can get that by learning to say common words and phrases as naturally as possible. We're going to talk a little bit more about how to do that today. So why does Spanish sound so fast? Well, two main reasons are lazy letters and linking. Lazy letters and linking. We're going to talk about what those are. I'll also give you ways to practice this at home. Whether you want to practice saying lazy letters, I'll give you a way to do that. Or if you just want to get used to hearing lazy letters, hearing linking, so you can start to train your ears to still understand what people are saying despite that. Okay? So lazy letters in Spanish, very common ones are B's, V's, D's, and any word with a G, U, and A. They're often pronounced very lazily. This means they don't articulate it all that clearly. I'll give you one example. The word for water in Spanish is agua, right? I'll spell it on the screen for you here. Agua, but A-G-U-A, right? But people don't say agua. They often say agua. Un vaso de agua, por favor, for example, agua. So it's almost like a W. It's so soft and lazy. Lazy, quote unquote. It's not said in a very articulate manner, right? Even the letter D, often a word that ends in a D, often the D is barely even pronounced, right? Or if you have a D in the middle of a word, especially between two vowels, it's very, very soft. And sometimes you might not even, it might even sound like they didn't even say the letter sometimes. That's how soft it is. So these are letters that are pronounced. I call them lazy letters because it sounds nice to have that lazy with an L and letters with an L. They're just words that are not pronounced in a very articulate way, and they're pronounced very softly. We have some silent letters as well. The silent letters are S and Z, and it's only at the end of a syllable. They're either silent or they're going to be replaced by a breath of air. So like a little, like an H sound. Now, it's important to note that this is a regional phenomenon. It does not happen everywhere. It happens in, for example, it'll happen in some parts of Spain. It happens in Chile. I think it happens in all of Argentina, or at least a lot of Argentina. It happens in a lot of coastal regions. It'll happen in a lot of Central America, although not everywhere. There's a lot of different places. You're welcome to Google to get a full list. I'm sure you can find a full list somewhere. The point is that depending on who you're talking to, you might notice that they're not pronouncing S's and Z's, or Z if you're in America, at the end of a syllable, or at the end of a syllable, right? It'll be silent or replaced by a little breath of air. So something like ¿Cómo estás? I'll type it on the screen for you. Right? ¿Cómo estás? Which is how are you? You know, it might be, you might hear ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está? Right? Something like that. ¿Cómo está? Or ¿Cómo está? Right? Some things to that effect. I don't personally speak like this all that much. It's a little bit difficult for me to do, but this is something that some people will do in some regions. Okay, it's relatively common. Go to the next slide. There's something called linking, which I've written at the top here, linking in Spanish. Now, there are lots of ways that Spanish links words. One very common way is that vowels blend together. Vowels blend together. I'll show you a couple examples. If I'm saying, my name is Azren, me llamo Azren, this O and the A, they sort of blend together. It's not me llamo Azren, me llamo Azren, me llamo Azren. Now, you don't have to say it quickly. Some people think when I talk about linking, they think that they have to talk fast. No, you don't have to talk fast. I can say this slowly and in a clear fashion, and yet still blend or bleed these words, these letters together. Me llamo Azren, me llamo Azren, right? Moi, 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 moi. Me llamo Azren, right? Azren. Here's another one, right? If you want to say, where's the bathroom? ¿Dónde está el baño? Right? If you read it word per word, ¿Dónde está el baño? But the yellow letters actually blend together. So what it sounds like, even if I say it slowly, is ¿Dónde está el baño? ¿Dónde está el baño? ¿Dónde está el baño? So ¿Dónde está? These two here. ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está el? ¿Dónde está el? ¿Dónde está el baño? ¿Dónde está el baño? I'll say it again. ¿Dónde está el baño? ¿Dónde está el baño? Again, linking doesn't mean you have to talk quickly, because you can say something relatively slowly and still link, but it will often sound fast. Spanish will sound fast often because they're linking a lot of words with their vowels, for example. There's other ways to link too, but this is one very common way. They're linking their words. Their B's, V's, D's, and GUAs, those letter combinations are often quite soft. Those are the lazy letters, quote unquote. And then some people in some regions are not always pronouncing the S sound. That S is often dropped and sometimes replaced with an H. So you put those three things together, all of a sudden it's very hard to understand. Your brain, your ears aren't fully capturing all the sounds. Okay. There are some other ways to link words together. For those of you that are taking the live classes, we are going to talk about some other ways to link words together and other ways that this happens. Again, if you want to join this class, it's free. You're more than welcome to. It's a short 5-week class. You're welcome to join. It has ongoing registration. Link is in the description of this video. Okay? So how do we practice this? Okay, how the heck do you practice? Well, if you're coming to classes and you're taking the class, just keep coming to class. As you guys know, I have 3 rules, and if you follow the actually 4 rules, sorry, 4 rules. If you keep following the 4 rules, you will progress quickly. Rule 1, come to 1 live class a week. Rule number 2, give me your full attention, so don't be distracted. Pay full attention in class. Rule number 3, do your homework. You'll have 3 hours or less every week. And rule number 4, only focus on the first 3 rules. Otherwise, you'll get overwhelmed. So you guys already know that if you come to the classes. But keep coming to classes if you're coming. Another hack is learn the chorus of Spanish songs and sing along. So pull up the lyrics, of a Spanish song that you like, or many Spanish songs, pull them up, study the chorus, like read them, practice singing along with it, and just learn the chorus of different Spanish songs and sing along when you're hearing it. I say the chorus because often other parts of the song are just too fast and they're too hard, especially at the beginner level, to pronounce and keep along with. But the chorus, it repeats over and over and over and over. And you can at least sing along with the chorus. When people sing songs, they will, depending on where the singer's from, they will drop their S's and their Z's at the end of a syllable, depending on where they're from. So you'll get, if you want to talk like that, and you want to talk like from a specific country, for example, that does that, you can practice, right? So you can practice that, or you'll at least get used to hearing it. If you don't want to practice that, no worries. You'll at least get to practice these lazy letters, because that'll definitely show up in songs. And by you singing along, you'll be imitating those lazy letters and improving your pronunciation and training your ears to get used to hearing them. And then you'll also get to practice linking, because when they sing songs, they're going to link all their words together, right? So another option is lyricstraining.com. For those coming to the class, I'll actually show this to you in class. The way this website works is there are different songs on the website. You can select a level. I would select beginner if you're a beginner. And then it's going to play the song with the lyrics, but certain words will be blocked out. And you have to type the word that they said in the song. Some people will find this incredibly difficult and very frustrating. So if you're finding it very frustrating, don't do this. But if you like it, because a lot of people will like it, by all means, go ahead. And you can learn a lot from songs. Great way to train your ears. And the last thing, there's actually a typo. I'm going to fix it right now. Say common words and phrases out loud every day. So say common words and phrases every day out loud. Just say them to yourself. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hola, oh, estoy muy bien. ¿Y tú cómo estás? Estoy muy bien. Talk to yourself. Say these common words and phrases that you know out loud all the time. Because remember, we go all the way back to the beginning. Great pronunciation makes a great first impression. So if you can learn to say your common words and phrases very naturally just means you feel very comfortable saying them. They just roll off the tongue. Doesn't even have to be perfect pronunciation, to be honest. Just needs to be natural. You feel comfortable saying it, right? It's clear. You can do that. You're going to make a great first impression. So, and that's a great way to also practice linking, for example, the linking some of the lazy letters as well. Okay. So again, 4 things here. Keep coming to class if you're coming to the classes. Learn the chorus of Spanish songs and sing along as often as possible. Lyricstraining.com. If you give it a try, see if you like it. A lot of you will, some of you won't. And then this one, just to yourself out loud, say common words and phrases every day, throughout the day, whenever you're alone, just practice saying them out loud and get your tongue used to it. Thank you for watching this. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, comments, whatever it is, you're welcome to let me know. And we will talk next time. Bye-bye. See you. Adios. Ciao, ciao.